what my approach has always been, which is where do we need to go, what's it going to take to get there, and what's everyone's role to do that. In Portland, it's not just some huge brand names in what the players achieve on and off the field. There's a lot of talent. I haven't worked with a group of players with that much talent. Most of them have got there, or I should say all of them have got there because they've worked extremely hard. And I think when a player gets to a certain point and they achieve certain goals, the difference between the great ones and the good ones is the great ones keep going. They have new goals and new targets. And that was one of the first things, make sure that we had individually and as a group that everyone had goals and targets, and they were very, very short term, not in regards to results and the outcome of what our work could produce, but what are we going to look like day one and week one, and what's our targets in pre-season. And then on the individual level, challenging players to be better than last year. Tobin Heath is an exciting dribbler and someone that loves to express herself. First job of is make sure as a team we allow her to do that in the right areas, in the right positions. You've got Sinclair whose movement is exceptional and her goal scoring is fantastic. We want to make sure she's not doing loads of others, and she would do whenever if you let her loose, she'll try and do everyone's job, and she'll be defending, she'll be crossing, making sure we keep her where she can have the most impact. And then go and look at the younger players. You know, Hayley Rasso came in, Mal Weber, Celeste Bourret, Meg Morris, younger players that we have an opportunity to impact over a longer term. Very short goals, and making sure that we set people on that track and then keep them on that track. And there's some very experienced people here, and a lot of us are often doing the same things. We got to set a direction. And the hardest thing, and I think it's hardest in this league because there's so many things that can knock you off your track where you're trying to go as a coach or as a group and as a team. Anyone can beat anyone any day, and players, you know, look at the draft players yesterday. The first job of us head coaches is to make sure those players know that it's going to be a journey. They might have just had the best college season of their life, and well, there's 15, 16 others already in the team that also did that. There's things that can knock you off that, and I think this year in Portland, setting the direction that we're going, how we work every day, the most key thing is we then made sure as soon as and it happened to me at times, and that's where Nadine and the other support staff jumped in, that when we see a player veering off where they need to be, is get them back as soon as possible, remind them of what our plan is, what their plan is, because they're involved in that process. And if you can keep people going in the right direction, then I believe good things can happen. On behalf of myself, if there's a role that I can play in making sure everyone has the opportunity to get involved in the game in this country, and specifically on the women's side, if there's any way I can help and support that, I'm keen to get involved in any way I can. Things, and soccer gave me something that I fell in love with, and I was probably a very average student, and soccer has made me someone who suddenly can and will read book after book to make myself even better as a coach, and it helped me put me on a good track. So in England I feel a bit more experienced to know some of the answers in how I achieved that there. Here I haven't had the opportunity to, but I know there are many great people that are actively doing it, and how can the NWSL coaches, players and the clubs, how can we support that? I'd love to know, and I'd love to be able to do it.